Hi, welcome mga ka-happiness to another day of learning here through our Hilot online training, and I am Apo Adman and welcome to the Shrine of Ultima Gama and Hilot Academy of Binabaylan. So today we are going to talk about communication, no? So we are going to interpret the symbols, the shapes, the figures, the images that we can see during our tawas ritual, no? Tawas ceremony. So tawas is a form or our tool of communication to the unseen. So when we talk about the unseen, it doesn't only limit to the unseen forces such as the ghost and the spirit, but it also concerns to our inner and higher selves, no? Because most of us, when we communicate, we use our words, we use letters or symbols that can be read, no? Can be read, such as on different countries and cultures, such as in China, Japan. They use symbols to write their language or to write their words, no? That can be read with fellow Chinese that can read those characters. So even us also as a Filipino, we have our own writing system, which is composed of symbols that is known as baybayin. As you can see about me, no? As you can see about me, our logo also has a baybayin on it, no? So that is our Filipino writing system. So it is a pre-colonial Filipino writing system. So each symbols and sign has their own meaning. So in tawas, when we conduct tawas, we can see images, no? Whether we use candle, whether we use paper or water or egg, it forms into a symbol. It forms into images that we need to interpret. And in interpreting it, you require basic knowledge, no? But with regards to that symbols that can be formed or can be seen in our tawas, you can refer it to Google, no? Their symbolism. But I discourage you to do that, no? I discourage you to do that. What is important is for you to develop your own system of interpretation, of interpreting that symbol, such as when you see a line, a straight line, observe that straight line, no? Probably here, if you see that straight line there, now probably you must have your basic knowledge or your own interpretation of interpreting that line. And so as when you see some circle or square or triangle, always ask yourself what it is, no? So in our learning or reading material, I have mentioned to you some tool that we can use. That is the niwoti, or the questioning procedures using what, where, when, how, why, and it's 6, no? Niwoti, why, and so on and so forth. Because these are the basic questioning procedures that been used by all professions, not only for us as a psychic or as a manghihilot or magtatawas, no, but also the journalists and the criminal investigator. They use that so that they could obtain some information. By answering those basic questions, they will have a clear view of what had happened. So for us as a human being, no, every questions we believe, if we pose some question to our mind, there will come up an answer, because there is no questions that cannot be answered through the mind, no? And our mind has an important role in understanding things, such as our basic knowledge of handwriting, diba? Of handwriting and of symbols, no? If we have this knowledge, we could interpret it and give us life. As a reminder, to everyone, our role as Hilot, as a healer or as a diviner, is to provide light to the people, no? And people may have this problem of dealing with that they do not understand to themselves. Such as if they come to you, they have seen some creatures of mythology, like a dragon, or a dwarf, or a mermaid, or a fairy. We don't judge them that they are already crazy, no? That they have mental problem. But we try to analyze by giving them light, no? So these visions that we can see has their reason why it has been shown up to the person's life. So for us as a guideline, no, let us determine what kind of symbols that we saw, and ask yourself, what does it mean, or what messages that it tells you. And also, if you can put some elements on that, which is the element of earth, air, fire, water, you may understand why that person has certain ailments or sickness on their body part that also corresponds to the elements, no? So what is important for us here now is that we should be attuned to our inner selves, especially to our higher selves, so that we could bring light to the people that lives in darkness. And by our actions, we are pulling them out of that situation to have life, to have light in their life. And by having light, they can live a life beautifully and in peace to one another. This is just a short message for everyone as a guideline in understanding tawas. And remember, tawas is a form of communication, and our communication to within ourselves does not limit to the symbols and shape, but we can also communicate, or we can also understand how things communicate to us through our sense of touch, sense of sight, smell, and hearing, no? And this unit also discuss about that. So hope that you will stay tuned and wait for the next lessons, which we are going to talk about Kilubansa, the Diwata of healing, and get to know more about the element and how and its representation in our body and to our environment. So until then, may you all blessed be peace. Mayari na, pag-asatin. Bye!